Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well as we get into video number dos. If you didn't catch video number uno, you can go and have a look right here. Ava Butchers, see what was said earlier on. And quite a lot went down on that video. Jose Feliciano spoke. We had the stadium plans and what might happen, as well as other news. So go and have a look, much appreciated. But for this one, I think the direction of Chelsea's transfer window has kind of shifted for now, and for the better. And why? Because Chelsea have done some business to bring players in, but we have a load of players that are still looking for a new home. So where's the focus now? Let's get into it. Here's latest from The Athletic. More arrivals could be made, but they will be made dependent upon player departures. This is the main focus for the time being. The plan is to smooth more exits than incomings before the end of the window. Chelsea have a number of squad members who are not part of their long-term plans and are also looking to go elsewhere. Those on the list include Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell, João Felix, Renato Veiga, Armando Broja, Leslie Ogochukwu, and Axel Disasi. It's pretty clear that there's more players to that as well. But yeah, those are, I would say, those are the high-profile names of the players that we're looking to get out. Sterling, for one. Chilwell, definitely. João Felix. João Felix's future's already kind of been resolved, I think. Veiga, for sure. And then, yeah, Broja, Ogochukwu, Disasi, yeah, for sure. Felix looks like he's going back to Benfica. We've already established that. I know he changed his bio back to Chelsea, and some people are having a little bit of, some giggles and some excitement. I was about to say something a little non-PG, but I'm not going to. You get the gist. But we've heard of the rumours coming from Portugal and the news that it seems like something is imminent and João Felix is going to be heading back to Benfica, back home to Portugal. So that looks like it's basically resolved. But there are players there that I expect to get resolved pretty quickly. Disasi, I think, will find the move pretty quickly. Renato Veiga, I think, will find the move pretty quickly. Broja and Ogochukwu, for what it's worth, I think will find new clubs. It won't be astronomical fees. It won't be big money, but they'll find new homes. But yeah, the two main ones, I'd like to think there would be clubs interested. But actually, let me take that back. I think a club will move for Ben Chilwell. But he's going to have to be honest with himself. And he's going to have to accept something maybe a little lower than what he's earning at Chelsea at the moment. Makes sense. He's on what? Is he on 250k a week? I think, Ben Chilwell. So he would have to maybe accept something less. But I still see him finding a new club. In the same way that Crystal Palace managed to use him on loan. Something will be done. But Raheem Sterling. I genuinely don't know. Sterling, I feel like we're stuck. Name me a club who's going to move for Sterling. Fenerbahce. Jose. Listen, Jose. Geezer, how you doing? Hope life is good. Do you want some experience? You know what I mean? Jose, can you help your blue brothers out here, mate? Please, we need a hand. Can you take Sterling to Turkey, please, and pay him what you might want? I don't see how anyone actually. I also want to check something else. This is actually quite important. How old is Raheem Sterling? He's 30. So it's not even. And how old's Chilwell? I actually forgot. He's 28, I think. 28. So yeah, Chilwell's got some mileage in him. He's still got some mileage in him. Technically, he's at his prime. Technically, he's not, but technically, yeah. Sterling, though, the decline begins, and he's not been playing. So who's going to move for Sterling? I hope that we get, I don't know, look, I honestly would take, say if, well, to be honest, Aston Villa won't move for him. I mean, they took Rashford, you know, last season. So I'm thinking maybe they come for Sterling, maybe. But Everton, are you interested? You know, Spurs. Do you want to, you know, you might as well get him to complete the set. You know, he played for Liverpool, played for City, played for Chelsea, played for Arsenal. I mean, you might as well join in at this point. You know what I mean? You might as well. I don't know. I genuinely don't know who's going to be interested in him. See, this is a problem. This is a problem. This one is a problem. And he's on big money. He's on 300k a week. 300. No, what were we thinking? I said this in video number 1. What were we thinking? Giving him 300k a week. What? Todd Bowley, what were you doing? Do you know what I mean? Why did you do that, man? Anyway, I guess this is probably why there's hesitation in going in for players with monstrous salaries, because they've probably got PTSD from Sterling. They just, you know, whenever there's a player that they probably would like, but then they see the salary, they just all look at Todd Bowley and go, PTSD. So, look, we'll see what happens with these outgoings, but these outgoings are going to begin, it seems. So they have to. And now, let's get them out the door. Let's go. Because we still want to do some business. If you ask me, we still need one more attacker. And I think we know it's going to be either Garnacho or Morgan Rogers or whatever's going to happen. If Jackson goes as well, then we're definitely getting Rogers in, I think. But there's that. There's the left-back situation. Are we getting Hato, who could be the left-back option for Cucurella as a backup, but could also play a centre-back if needed? So there's that. And then I think after that, we probably don't do any more business unless we go and actually get a proper centre-back. Or are we actually looking for a goalkeeper? Or not? God knows. Those are the positions I think that we're after, or that we actually need. Apart from that, we're good. So time to get players out the door and bring that net spend back up. So that's it. Let me know your thoughts on those names and what you think in terms of the transfer window for Chelsea right now. Now, Caicedo. Not just Caicedo. A lot of the players have now gone off on holiday, right? They're having their breaks, and good luck to them. I hope they have flipping amazing holidays. They deserve it. Caicedo, though. Caicedo went back home, if I'm not mistaken, right? He went back. And he literally went, oh, so Chelsea, we're not having a bus parade now. No bus parade. Okay, cool. I'll do one myself. Moises Caicedo, literally having a one-man bus parade. That is amazing. That is fantastic. Big up to Moises Caicedo, who, as I said, obviously he went back home, and this was the reception he got for winning the Club World Cup. He went and had a one-man bus parade. And it's not even a bus. It looks like a fire engine. Is that a fire? That's a fire truck, isn't it? Is that a fire truck? Let me show you guys. That's a fire truck, right? Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's blue and white and red lights on it. Yeah, it's a fire truck. Unless they got the local bin truck. I mean, it looks very nice for a bin truck. I don't think it's a bin truck. It looks like a fire engine. So big up to Moises Caicedo and the reception that he got. That is quality. That is absolutely quality. So let me know your thoughts on that. He's like, screw it. I'm going to do a parade. Fair enough. You might as well. Now, there's that. There's not much else in terms of Chelsea. That's it for today. I know. It's quiet, isn't it? I mean, it was bound to get quiet at some point. We'll see what happens tomorrow onwards. But for today, I think that's it on Chelsea. But there's big things happening elsewhere. So big that what I'm about to say is going to blow your mind. But I'm not surprised, because it's Saudi. Saudi alert to Vinicius Jr.'s situation and prepared to make a world record bid. Vinicius Jr. has said he wants to stay at Real Madrid. New deal not signed, but could be soon. Al Ahly are the club in mind, and talks with Saudi for a year, and door not shut to one day joining. They were getting ready to table, hear this, 350 million euros. You could buy a football club for that money. 350 million euros. And it's like I said, yeah, not long ago, a couple of days ago, when I asked you guys about your opinion on Vinicius Jr. And then I said, if it was me, like, look, Vinicius Jr., great player, we know, but I would not have him in my team. I said that myself. I would rather Rodrigo. I would not have Vinicius Jr. in my team. The guy just looks like he brings so much baggage. It's ridiculous. You know, in terms of ego, dressing room, attitude, all of those things. I mean, look at Real Madrid now. Him and Mbappe can't coexist. It just literally looks like they cannot play together. It looks like they've got their own Lampard-Gerrard situation going on. They just can't play together. And I think at least with Lampard and Gerrard, there was no ego problem. It was just on a footballing level. The two players and the way they were used didn't work. It just didn't work. So this is different. Vinicius, you see what he's like when things don't go his way. He turns into a flipping maniac. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like the return isn't good enough to what you'll get. I feel like you jeopardize the entire squad. He looks like someone that will come into the dressing room and literally turn it upside down. So I wouldn't have him. But for Saudi, it's not a problem. Listen, you've got a big name. That's all we need. How much do you cost, mate? Here's a blank check, right? Whatever number you want on it. That is how they move. Legitimately, that is how they move. But seems like Vinicius is still waiting for a deal to be agreed at Real Madrid. He's probably going to stay. But at some point, yeah, maybe Vinicius makes the jump and goes to Saudi for the money. And I wouldn't be surprised. He seems like he could be that kind of guy. He will just go, yeah, you know what? I got a big bag waiting for me over there. I'm going to go and get it. And he probably would. And fair play, to be honest. But we'll see what happens in terms of this. But I'm curious to know what you guys think in terms of Real Madrid and Vinicius and Mbappe coexisting together, where I'm looking at it right now and I'm thinking, it's not clicking. And I don't think Xabi Alonso is going to make it click either. I think it's one or the other. I think you can't play both. You either stick Vinicius on that left-hand side or stick Mbappe on that left-hand side, because personally, I would rather play him on the left-hand side than play him up front. That's me. But anyway, not to say he's rubbish. He's not rubbish. Come on, it's Mbappe. But I feel like you get more out of him when he's running at defenders. I feel like you get more output and you get more goals overall from Mbappe, more threat from Mbappe when you do have him on that left-hand side. But let me know what you think down below. Now, Sesko, you decided to show up. Yeah? When I was calling for you, you weren't anywhere to be found. When I was calling for you, so then Arsenal don't move for Gyökeres, Sesko was on holiday. Yeah? And now you want to make yourself known. Well, what's the latest? Well, Benjamin Sesko is open to a Manchester United move despite no European football. United been tracking for 3+ years. You lot are taking the mick. You guys don't do things normally, do you? Man United. What's going on? What is going on with you lot? You're just tracking this guy for 3.5 years. Like, you're just looking at him. I like him. Good season he had. And then the following season. Had another good season, you know. What the hell is your recruitment doing? What are you not doing? You're not asleep. Are you not stoned? Are you on medication or something? Have you not been tranquilized? Like, what's going on? Are you not on morphine? Flipping hell. Anyway, United have told potential new signings they need to sell in order to buy. Arsenal held talks recently, but they were described as complicated by sources. United have also submitted another bid today for Mbeumo, seen as a separate deal. Right? On top of this, Arsenal were previously in negotiations over a deal for the Slovenian international, but those talks were described as really complicated. The Gunners have since shifted their focus to Sporting Lisbon's Victor Gyökeres, with discussions for the Swedish forward remaining advanced. Arsenal held historic interest in Sesko. For Arsenal, it's pretty straightforward, and I understand. Like, for Arsenal, I actually get it. I think they technically done the right thing, right? They were looking at Sesko, looking, and going, but you know what? Gyökeres is going to be available, you know? Gyökeres is here. We can get him. Stop. We can get Victor Gyökeres. And they've gone, oh, let's see how this one's going to play out. And they've waited, And it's like, oh, he's available. No, let's move for him. Let's move for him. Let's move for him. And they've moved for him. It's like, no, Sesko, who cares? Throw him in the bin. Right, Gyökeres, what are you saying? And then they've gone for Gyökeres. That's my interpretation of it. Not to scale. I'm sure no one at Arsenal's talking like that. But you get the gist. But I was waiting and hoping that it'd be Sesko, because I do worry that if Arsenal get Gyökeres, then their front line will be stronger. However, what I will say with Gyökeres is it's been 4 days now since it was advanced, and we've not heard anything. Okay, just cross it all collapses. Anyway, that's the latest on Sesko. Man United, Sesko, really? You're that desperate, man. You've got no one to turn to now. Like, United have legitimately got no... No, actually. I've got to change my tone here. Nicholas Jackson, are you in or out or what? What's going on? Table or bid? Do you want Nico or not? Because if not, Villa will take him. So you got to hurry up. You know, we're not waiting around for you. Make a move. Okay, now one other striker, and I know my Nigerians up in here will be very interesting to hear. Very interested to hear. Obviously, Victor Osmen. Negotiations between Napoli and Galatasaray for Victor Osmen are again underway right now. Napoli sent their counter proposal to Galatasaray, ready to make decisions soon on new conditions. Osmen keeps waiting. These lot are playing FIFA at this point. Like, legitimately, they are actually playing FIFA now. You know. It's like, Galatasaray do something, Napoli are like, nah, reject that. Galatasaray come back in, all right, we'll put a counter proposal. Then Galatasaray are like, too much, man. No, reject that. And so we counter their counter. Let's counter their counter. Counter proposal again. It's just constant. You know, this is going to go on longer than when we chased Havertz. Who remembers that saga? That took 6 months or something. That was outrageous. Him and Werner, to be fair. So much so, I remember the RB Leipzig Twitter admin getting on my case and replying to me. I tried to make the deal happen. Good times. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Osmen, I think, is going to go to Galatasaray and nowhere else. I think it's going to be Galatasaray, but we'll wait and see if Napoli are going to finally accept. Now, to wrap up, I've got some... I don't know how to describe this. I've got some crazy news. Crazy. Not in your wildest dreams would you have ever imagined that I am about to read what I am about to read. Let's get into it. Understand Swansea City are set to announce their latest coup, with Snoop Dogg joining the ownership group. With global social media following over 190, he meant to say million, not millimeters, Dogg will add worldwide recognition. This is the club's second major investor announced since April, when Luka Modric joined the US-based group led by entrepreneurs and controlling shareholders Brett Craver and Jason Cohen. And there we have Snoop Dogg in the Swansea jersey in their latest advert, and Swansea obviously confirming. Swansea City is delighted to announce global rap superstar and multi-platinum selling artist Snoop Dogg has become the club's latest high-profile co-owner and investor. You know, I did think that it was pretty crazy when Snoop Dogg was revealing their new shirt. And then, as a joke, I tweeted, well, that's their transfer budget gone out of the window then. Because how much is it going to cost to get Snoop Dogg to do your kit announcement? Do you know what I mean? Swansea's transfer budget is gone. Little did I know that he only went and became a part owner. Swansea. So let me get this straight. We've got Luka Modric and Snoop Dogg co-owning Swansea City. Are we in a simulation or something? This isn't real. I feel like I'm in a game. and someone's about to press the off button. I feel like, you know, or the blue screen of death is going to come on or something. I don't know. What is going on? How did this happen? I'd love to know the backstory on this. Actually, I know how this happened. I know how this happened. Snoop must have had, like, a massive right? Humongous. As only Snoop Dogg can deliver them. Yeah? And he must have had other guys in the room at that time, right? Having a nice cotch, as we call. And someone must have just, whilst they were on cloud 79, must have gone, hey, Snoop, there's this football club that has swans and a sea. And he's gone, what? There's a football club that has swans and an entire sea? Like, yeah. And they got a city as well. Whoa. Okay. I should invest in that, I bet something must have gone down on that sort of magnitude. It must have. Next thing you know, he's woken up and he's realized, oh, I'm a part investor in Swansea City. Great, I've got to go to Wales now. I don't know. That's just my theory. I'm guessing now that's how it's come to pass. Let me know if you've got your own version of the story that might have happened in order for this to go down. Because surely it happened in that environment. This is Snoop Dogg we're talking about. It's the modern day Bob Marley when it comes to that sort of thing. Come on. So let me know what you think. What's your theory? Let me know down below. And I'll catch all of you tomorrow where things are a little bit more normal. I'll see you then. Subscribe, notification bell on. Catch you tomorrow in a bit. Take care and peace.